So what does this film have to say to us about the nature of space-time?
It's definitely not linear.
Sure, yeah.
It's even represented in their language, these circles with these little branches going off. The time, space are not linear, they're not concrete. And even like with the shape of their ships, they're very soft curves. There's no hard edges. And the aliens themselves, they look like they're very soft creatures, they're malleable. How everything's just kind of fluid. The environment they're in, it's all cloudy and it looks like, at first you're not sure, is it water, is it air, what is it? It's like they're in these clouds. And I think all of that just shows, it's part of the visual thing, but all these little clues that everything's not how it appears.
That you see only, for most of the movie, only the extension, only the feet or the fingers of the heptapods, and then you see that they're these much larger creatures, and it kind of gives you this feeling of we're seeing part of them through these sort of mists of space-time. We decided over dinner that on the other side of the barrier, there are clouds that look like boobs, so what do we call it? The boobarium?
Yes, the boobarium.
Yeah, so inside the boobarium, there's like, this mist that obscures a lot of them until she goes beyond the barrier, and then she sees them in their entirety. At one point, somebody mentions that they're playing back audio, that the humans play the aliens' audio to them.
It was the Australian professor guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that the humans play the aliens' recorded audio, and then from somewhere the aliens play a recording of the humans back to them.
Right, from somewhere, because I think they specifically say audio from an unknown source, something like that. And I thought it was interesting because I'm like, how do we know it's being played through a device? Perhaps it's just they're pulling it from some other branch of space-time. I thought that was really interesting, just in terms of what do we really understand the difference between nature and artifice? And especially if they are, I wouldn't necessarily say outside of space-time, but if they can perceive it in a non-linear way, it's kind of like, we might not understand, or just if they're very higher technology than us, we might not understand. Like, sometimes, sci-fi writers and scientists and things will surmise, like, out in the universe, if you were a bee and a human swats at you, you might not understand that it's a human, it's another life form. You might think it's the wind, right? You don't understand the difference between nature and artifice, basically. And I thought that was really interesting for them as well. And I think sometimes with space-time, we're not really understanding what comes from where this audio comes from, or where the rest of their bodies are, or how they extend through space-time.
Yeah. And that's, I think, when you get down to why they were there. They said this event is going to be happening thousands of years in the future, and we will need your help at that time. And it's like, so for them, maybe saying that, for them, that's like tomorrow to us.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I need your help tomorrow. I need a ride. And so maybe that's what it is for them. We don't know how exactly they perceive time.
That makes sense, though, because in the time scale of the universe, definitely 3,000 years is pretty small.
Yeah. It is. When you're looking at, like, the whole history of the Earth and how old it is, we're just not even a blink. Our lifespans are so small.
Yeah.